In the contact center, you have to manage peaks. And for me, managing the peaks is like running a coffee shop. Well, if you run it really well. So when I lived in London, I had a favorite coffee shop on my morning commute after I got off the train near Charing Cross, which always had a queue. Really long queue because it was a good place. It was very popular, great coffee. And it was extraordinary how they managed that queue. And so what happened was, if you were waiting, somebody from the team would always walk along the queue, talk to each person, and they go, if it was a regular, they'd say same as yesterday, or same as usual, and you'd say yes, that was it. And then the next person, then if they got somebody they didn't know, they'd say, I don't know you yet, but I want to get to know you. What do you want? And then that person would relay the orders back into the baristas, and then the baristas would deliver the coffee. And when you got to the counter, it was already ready. So the queue was moving much faster than your typical coffee shop queue. And in the morning, right, if you're in a city like London, you're busy, busy, busy. You can't stand delays. You need to get to the office. You probably need to get there for a meeting. So it was a great experience. And the interesting thing was, the queue became something you almost looked forward to because they did it so well, right? So you're turning a potential, like, nobody likes waiting, nobody likes queuing up. So you're turning a bad situation into something that's actually positive. Now, you might imagine in the contact center and the call center that's hard because really nobody likes waiting, listening to Muzak on the phone, or it's just as bad being a chat queue. Like you're not happy with the chatbot, it can't solve your problems, and you're waiting for an agent. It's not like there's a big difference between calls and chats. Just waiting, this is not pleasant. And being told repeatedly that your call is very important to us is really, really unpleasant when it obviously isn't, or that's how it feels in any case. But you can manage a call center queue, and the best folks we see doing that, they do it like the coffee shop, actually. So they're essentially, because what's the guy doing when he's going down the queue? He's doing KYC, know your customer, as we call it in the industry, right? He knows who you are. He's using data like what you ordered last, and right, he's using historical data essentially about your previous interactions to determine what you want and only offer that option. Obviously, if you said no, not the usual, today I want a double espresso, he's going to respond to that, right? But he's cutting down the entire time for everybody involved. Right? So KYC, know your customer, use data, and then optimize and prioritize. So on the delivery side, in that coffee shop, they've got different people doing different tasks. So they haven't got one person who's the barista serving customers at the same time turning around and making espressos. And even the Frappuccino stuff is separated from the normal coffee making because those are blocking resources, just like agents in a contact center. They can only do one thing at a time. And so you have to be super efficient at those. And I think the fourth thing you see is there's a person whose job it is to take care of the customer experience on the front end and to take care of the efficiency of delivery on the back end, right? That's somebody's whole job. And that person who goes down the queue, he's not actually doing anything else, right? That's the key thing, I think. And in the best contact centers, that's what you have as well. You have a bunch of people who are always looking at the efficiency and the experience on both sides of what's happening. And that can make for queues that, if you are a prioritized VIP customer and you're calling up, we have customers who use us to deliver you to an agent in 3 seconds. Now, not all people will be offered that because you're offered that because they know who you are. And yesterday you wrote an email and you wanted to cancel your account. So why would they leave you wait, right? It makes no sense. They're in danger of losing your entire future lifetime value of your account. Right? Now, there may be somebody else who's calling up for something routine and you'll have to actually potentially offer them some automation or something else, which is the same actually as organizing your baristas in different ways. So I think it's a really, really good analogy, and it's one that we talk a lot about with our customers.